Talk about. We've been married 15 years. We've been married 20 years. I can finish her sentences. I already know what she's thinking. Well, let me give you a principle, and then I'll let Danielle jump in. There's a principle called the moon to earth syndrome. The moon to earth syndrome. Now, when you look up into the sky at night and see the moon, you may see that moon, and one night it may be a full moon. One night it may be a half moon. Another night it may be a crescent moon. But no matter what the shape or the dimension of that moon, you are seeing one face of the moon. That in order to see the other face or the other side of the moon, you would have to travel into space and then look down from a different perspective to see the other face of the moon. Are you following me? So the other side of the moon is known as the dark side of the moon. And each and every one of us has a dark side. And when I say dark side, I don't mean bad, I don't mean evil, I don't mean sinister, but what I'm simply suggesting is the dark side that is within you is the undiscovered side of you. And what happens is you've gotten into patterns and into routines with your partner and only deal with them and communicate with them and interact with them in particular ways. And so that's why you can work a job or join an organization or go to church or be social, and people can talk to you or connect with you in different ways than your partner because they're seeing a different dimension and a different side than you. And a lot of times that's where infidelity begins to creep in. Because the newness has gone, right? We're not taking the time to discover or rediscover our partners, knowing those areas of their lives that we're not familiar with because maybe we're just not interested. You know, she's into tennis. That's just not my thing. I'm just not into that. So if you want to play tennis, go play tennis with your girls. So she's playing tennis with her girls, and all of a sudden, a male tennis enthusiast comes up on the court. And they're communicating about tennis. And it's a platonic relationship about tennis. And they're connecting on tennis. And the foundation of all communication is intimacy. Intimacy. So tell me about yourself, Danielle.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I see you like tennis.
Yeah. Yeah, me and my husband, we, well, he's not into tennis, really. But,
Really?
he's kind of into bowling and not really like
So he doesn't play, he doesn't play
come,
tennis with you?
No, I just come by myself.
Really? If I had a woman that fine, I would show up.
Cute.
And so now, you see how that started? And it may not necessarily be like that, but it could be very platonic. Let me just say that, and I'm kind of jumping, but it's relevant, and then you'll jump in whenever you need to. Every single relationship under the sun, whether you're dealing with a male-female relationship, male-male relationship, or female-female relationship, every single relationship under the sun is based upon some form of attraction. Now, do I mean physical attraction? No. Do I mean sexual attraction? No. But it's based upon some type of attraction. There's something that draws us in, connects us, and attracts us to one another. So in this sense, in terms of recreational companionship, it's tennis. That's it. There's one commonality that attracts us together. And when we can come together based upon that one commonality, all of a sudden a friendship, platonic, within boundaries and borders, develops. And the more we communicate, and the more we socialize, and the more we're together, or when I'm at that job, and the more we talk about just whatever is going on in our lives at the water cooler, or in between getting work done, we're developing relationship. And then all of a sudden, what was once platonic, we start looking at each other differently. And then all of a sudden, it begins to creep up on you.
And it really does creep because, you know, you might even try to get your spouse to come along with you because you know there's this guy or girl that's looking at you and you try to bring him along and you say, "Miss Honey, could you just come with me to play tennis? Like, I really want, there's a guy I want you to meet."
I'm sorry, maybe next week.
Could you just come on this one time and just watch? You don't even have to participate, just watch me because I really love tennis. I want you to see my new moves. You're not interested, you're not coming? You know what, I'm really tired of this, and forget it, I'm out. Forget it, I'll just go by myself. And then when you get there, Mr. Wonderful shows up. Mr. Wonderful shows up. I'm mad, because he wouldn't come with me, and I'm ready to get my tennis on. And I know I look cute, so here comes Mr. Wonderful, again.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, you know.
You looking good in there.
Thank you, thank you.
You want to match?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we're playing tennis, we're communicating while we're playing tennis, and we're connecting while we're playing tennis, and all of a sudden, we're not, we're respectful. We email, not call, not text. What's your email? Stay in touch. Maybe next time you come out, and see, that's how it begins to happen. Because you as a partner, you as a spouse, didn't take the time to discover the dark side, the undiscovered side of your partner. See, now what happens is that, how do I say this? Monogamy oftentimes ends in monotony. That's when the newness has gone. So the only way to bring newness back into your marriage through communication is to begin to discover things together again. To begin to talk about things together. To begin to go back into your childhood. So tell me about your childhood. Tell me about your family. Now there's a concept I want to break down that we're going to get into that helps you bring that newness back into the relationship. Very practical, technical things. But Daniel, do you want to jump?
I wanted to say that, when we're communicating, we're spending that time together. We just want to make sure that we're really giving each other 100%. How many of us are upstairs on the 3rd floor or 2nd floor and texting our husband on the downstairs level? Or wife? Who doesn't? Or emailing and not communicating one-on-one. So I think it's important for us to make sure that we are, when we're having that quality time, put the cell phones to the side. Look into our eyes. I see all the time at restaurants, couples texting each other, or whoever they're texting at dinner, like sitting right across from each other. They're not talking, they're texting. I know it's a new age, but when you're working on building a strong connection with your spouse, you need to be communicating and looking one-on-one at one another. And there's a lot of things that you can do to kind of spice things up. One of the things that Hassani and I decided we were going to do this year is we're going to do 30 brand new dates, trying things that we never tried before. So we've never skied, we're going to go skiing, right?
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that, so you guys can create that newness and discover your spouses just by creating new things to do together. Create a list of new things to do together, and you'll build some interest in one another.
All right, excuse my spelling. All right, so I want you to write this down. It's called core rapport methodology. I think there's an I there, I think.
There it is.
There is, right? I thought so, okay. Core rapport methodology. And it's all about establishing rapport with your partner, okay? Now, in order to do that, there is a concept or an acronym called FORM. Okay? F-O-R-M. This is important, folks. Jump in whenever you need to. The F in FORM stands for family. The O in FORM stands for occupation. That's about right.
That's right.
The R in FORM stands for recreation. And the M in FORM stands for message. Okay, form. So, this can apply to marriages. This can apply to dating relationships. This can apply to business relationships, parent-child relationships. I walk into the supermarket and meet a stranger relationships. Form is a communication principle that can apply in all situations, and it creates newness, and it creates intimacy. Now, there's intimacy on many different levels, and we'll deal with that. But it's good to develop intimacy with everyone to a degree when you understand the parameters of which it should be developed. So, Danielle.
Yes.
Danielle is a master at forming. She's a master at forming. So, just give some examples of how you use it, and then we can talk about how do you use it in your marriage.
Hi, what's your name? Ashley. Hi, Ashley. Oh, it's nice to meet you. What are you doing here today?
No, I'm just here.
Wow, well, are you here with your boyfriend? Do you have any children, or are you alone?
I'm here with my husband.
Oh, okay, that's very nice. How long have you been married?
2 years.
Wow, that must be awesome. Are you thinking about having children?
Not right now.
Good for you. Good for you. You need time. It's only been 2 years, so yeah, you might want to give it some time. So what do you do?
I'm an artist,
Wow, what kind of artist?
an illustrator
Okay, so you do things on the computer, or what is?
on the computer.
Wow, so like business cards or flyers, things of that nature?
Maybe a little on in the business cards, more so like book illustration,
Oh,
cartoon
cool.
illustrations.
Wow, you know, I know somebody who is actually writing a book, and they were just talking to me about wanting to have somebody design their book cover. Is that what you do?
Yeah.
That's cool. I would love to give her your information. Is this what you do for fun? Like, how'd you get into that?
I don't know, I just like woke up one day and I was an artist when I was a kid, and then
Wow,
pretty much ended up doing it, you know.
awesome. Well, you know, I'm so into art myself. I've been doing graphic design for years. I do social media marketing, so maybe we should connect one day. Do you have a card?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay, great. That's for me. That's really just on a quick 2-second, 2-minute conversation, just getting all up in somebody's business. And, you know, she wasn't that forthgiving. She was a little hard, right? Some people are easier than others. Some people, if you start forming them, they're going to talk to you till next week, and you got to know how to turn the faucet off. But you can use the technique of forming to break into your spouse's head, because sometimes our spouses are closed for whatever reason. Some of us have spouses that are really hard to figure out what they're thinking, really hard to open them up and get them talking, and you can use those same techniques to open up your spouse.
All right, so how does that pertain to marriage and your partner when you've been married for 12 years or 15 years or 30 years or 1 year,
Thank you.
and you know, you've exhausted every conversation you can think of? Well, family. All right. So listen, I've been married to Danielle for 12 years going on, and there's still areas of her family